everybody, welcome back. Today I will give you my review of the Tesla wall connector, which I personally have had one for over 2 years, and whether or not you should get one if you're considering buying one or if you're interested. Here we go. This is the box that the wall connector comes in. And keep in mind that this is several years old at this point, so I have no idea what it might look like now. But this is a Gen 3 Tesla wall connector. This is the box that I received. This is just what it looks like. I was super excited when I got it. And so when you open the box and you get this is a template when you are going to connect it to your wall, or unless you're going to use one of the poles, you can get that too. And this is the diagram of how it looks like. Excuse me. Also, keep in mind that if you want to do something like this, if your home is not newer, my house is an older home. It was built in like '85. I had to get electricians to come in and update my panel, my box in the garage, to include a new breaker for this device. So I could get the most out of it. And I'll just give you a brief overview of that information. This is the quick start guide that Tesla sent along with the box. And it has information in it, information, how to connect it, the things you need to do. This is what it looks like. And this is the Gen 3 wall connector manual. I had to print this out. At the time, you go online and there are instructions and you just print this whole thing out. And the reason I needed this was so I could share it with the electrician, so for the guys that did the actual installation of the unit. Some people have tried to do this or have done it themselves. I didn't feel confident doing that, even though I'm a technician at my job of a different type. I didn't feel comfortable trying to do this, so I didn't mess around with it. I wanted it done by professionals, and I wanted everything to be up to code, because I actually had to get a ground rod and get my box updated when I got this put in. So this is a 48 amp single phase. And at the time, I did not have a 48 amp breaker switch in the box to support this. And that was the main reason that I got it updated. There's a ton of information, like on the table of contents, and all of the steps you need to go through. And another feature of this device is that it is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a commissioned device. So when you install it and connect it to Wi-Fi, Tesla can see it and update it with software information. And I'm actually not sure what that looks like on the back end. As long as I've had it, if they have updated it, I'm not sure of it. I don't even actually know what that looks like, but it is a feature of this device. It says wall connector is equipped with Wi-Fi to communicate with local site routers, vehicles, mobile devices, other wall connectors, and other Tesla products. I only have my Tesla Model Y and this connector device, so that's that. Now I'll actually show you what the wall connector looks like, and I will tell you about the features of the device. Okay, here it is. This is my Tesla wall connector. It is affixed to the wall. You can see right here, it's pretty solid. It goes right into the panel board, connected to the wall. This is the cable, which is a part of it. This cover actually comes off. And then if you look over on the top, I don't know if I can get a good view, you have some Allen screws inside. So it's affixed to the wall first. The plate comes off and the connections are inside. So you have a green LED light that shows you when the device is powered. Depending on the state of it, this light can change a couple of different colors. It can be red if there's something wrong. If you are establishing a connection to your Wi-Fi, it can be flashing green. If you are charging your car, these lights are green, flowing down towards the cable, letting you know that the vehicle is in a state of charge. So I have the, I believe this is a 15-foot cable. At the time when I got it, they had an option for a shorter one for the exact same price, and I could not see a reason to get a shorter cable, so I just opted for the longest one. Depending on where I park my car in the garage, I wanted the option to charge it, whether it was turned around forwards or backwards or anything like that. So this is the standard adapter for the Tesla vehicles, and it has a number/name code, which I always forget. I will include that information in post so you can see. And it's just a sleek handle. It looks like a phaser, like from Star Trek or something like that. And like all of the Tesla chargers, once it is powered, if you come back here to your vehicle, and it just has a button right here, and you press it, it will wake the car up, and then you can plug it in. There's your little white Tesla light to let you know that it is ready to accept a charge. Charge port is open. You have your device. You just go ahead and put it in. The light flashes blue, letting you know that it is ready to accept. And the one thing that Teslas do, they negotiate a charge status before the vehicle even starts charging. So, once you do that, and then if you come in there, you look inside, because that's going to change. This is the screen that you are presented with. And it's the really cool thing about Teslas is that they're always updating the software. It did not look like this before the previous 2 software updates. This is really cool. This is one of the best things about a Tesla. They're always improving the software. They're adding new features or refining existing features. And it's very cool. I say it's like Christmas every time. It's really neat. So what you have here is the start charging, unlock charge port. You have these options regardless of whether you have the commissioned Tesla wall charger or not. Whatever you connect to the vehicle, if it can accept a charge, you will get information like this. The difference is when you have the proper amperage and the box, this charger is a level 2 charger, and it can go from 30, and I like to keep it at 30 just because from what I understand, it helps the battery last longer, like over the course of years, if you don't charge it super fast all the time. But you have the option to increase this all the way up to 48 amps. And this will give you the fastest state of charge for your vehicle should you choose it. I have a scheduled start time of 9 o'clock, and that's just typically when I let the vehicle charge, when most of the time I'm at home and I don't need to use it. But I like to keep this at 30, but it goes down even further, like way far, which for whatever reasons you can go to 5 amp, and that's like a trickle thing. And maybe if you're going to leave the vehicle for course of, like over weeks or something, you might want to choose this state of charge just so it can charge slowly, because if the car is always using the battery whether or not you're driving it or not. If you are using Sentry mode, it's like 1% a day, more or less, and the vehicle is always regulating the state of the battery for like the best efficiency. So it's always using just a little bit of charge, but it's almost negligible if you're not using Sentry mode. So if you have a level 1 charging device. I believe your highest state of charge is 20 amps. I'll look it up if it's wrong. I'll include that here in the video and post. I always go to 30. So with that said, I will go ahead and start the charging just so you can see what the graphic looks like. And it says start charging now instead because I have a scheduled starting charge time. And you can ignore that. It just depends on when you like to charge your vehicle. And the other thing is I'm at 75% and I typically only charge up to 80 for my commuting / day-to-day driving. And with 80%, I go from work to home, school to wherever, and around town, and I have like no issues. I'll finish the day with 50%, 40, or maybe 30 if I've gone in between cities 2 or 3 times. But it's never been an issue for me. Anyway, I will go ahead and start the charge and then just click start charging. And when you do that, you get the cool little icon and it's charging. And it will tell you the remaining estimated time to reach that state of charge. So this is 7 kilowatt hours plus 0 kilowatts because it hasn't added the energy yet. And you see 30 of 48 amps, 243 volts. And you get this little green line going across the top. That means that the vehicle is in a state of charge. It is charging right now. So all of this happens whether or not you have the Tesla Commission wall charger. None of that doesn't matter. What you do if you do have the Commission Tesla wall charger, this is what you see. You get a cool graphic representation of the energy, power, I'm doing air quotes, going into the car. And that looks really cool. When I first got the vehicle, I would just stand there and look at it for a couple of minutes because it looks so cool. And this is what it looks like in the dark. That is so cool. It never gets old. It looks like the HP, the hit points of your vehicle, is being restored. And I think that's so neat. So that's what you see on the vehicle screen when you're not in the car. I don't know if I can focus on that very well. That's just a charge time remaining. It's letting you know that the vehicle is charging and when it will be finished. There's a green charge status light and it's pulsing, letting you know that the juice is loose. All right, here's the thing that's most important to almost any Tesla or EV owner is a means to charge your vehicle when it is necessary. If you are not using a supercharger or some sort of third-party charger, you will need this. Mine's came with the car when I bought it several years ago. From what I understand, they're not including these anymore, and it's maybe at least $200. I'm not sure, but this is what it looks like, and this is what I received with it when I bought the car. So you have the 110 right here that you can use to plug into the wall. That connects to here, and then this connects to the Tesla, just like the other one. This part almost looks identical, actually. It's very similar. When it's powered, you press the little button here, and it opens and closes the charge port, and the Tesla logo on here pulses when it's in a state of charge. So I've used my car several times to go different places, and I've bought a couple of accessories that will help me charge in different places. So this is another one that you can get from the Tesla website. This is a 30 amp 250 volt plug, and I got this because one time I went camping somewhere and I was using the 110 while using camp mode in the car, and it was very nearly miserable. Not a fan. So I bought this, so where available I can use this, and you can also use this in your home, just like for the dryer plug or the washing machine plug, I believe. So you can get a 30 amp state of charge, I keep saying that, for your vehicle if you have this device. But your box, your breaker box, has to be able to support that output. So the Tesla wall charger, while very convenient and neat and cool, is not absolutely necessary. You do not have to have it for your vehicle. You can get by with this, but it looks like you have to purchase this separately. And I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to work. I hope I have it wrong, because it doesn't seem like they can sell you a vehicle and you can't charge it. That doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm probably missing something, and I will look up that information. The other thing I have, which is just from experience, is that you want to have a cable, an extension cable, that can reach a plug that might be far away. I've driven my car to Oklahoma and a couple of other places and charged it at people's houses if you're staying overnight. This is something that can be very helpful to make sure you can negotiate the distance from your vehicle to a plug. And keep in mind, if you're just using this and you're plugging into a 110, just don't plan on going anywhere if your vehicle is at a low state of charge or if you need the juice, because it's going to take a while. But you can absolutely use this and connect it to the Tesla connector to have an extension to be able to reach a power outlet. So if you go to Tesla's website, you see the wall connector on here for $425, which is slightly cheaper than, I say slightly, $75 cheaper than when I bought it at the time. Mine was $500 and it was $540 after tax. And also they have on here now the J1772 wall connector, which in addition to charging your Tesla vehicle is another standard that you can use to charge vehicles that are not Teslas. So I think this is pretty neat. If you have another vehicle that's not a Tesla, you can get this device to have a dedicated charger at your home. And see, that's what it looks like there. And it's a convenient charging solution for Tesla and non-Tesla electric vehicles alike. It's ideal for houses, apartments, hospitality, blah, 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 such and such. And up to 44 miles of range added per hour. A 24-foot cable, multiple power settings, and a versatile indoor-outdoor design. So that's very cool. So it's a very neat thing to have. It's very cool. I like it a lot. Do you have to have it? Absolutely not. I don't think you do. It's almost a matter of preference. But the cable pack, the on the road mobile connector, is what I have here. This one right here, and that is $230. When I bought my Tesla, it came with the car. So I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, where you don't get the mobile connector with the car, but I mean, it's a must-have to charge your vehicle. So keep that in mind. If this was helpful to anybody, please consider giving me a like and subscribe. It would go a long way to help me. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in a bit.